Okay, now I'm on page 190 of the Go Math book, continuing. Scotty earns $35 for babysitting for 5 hours. If Scotty charges the same rate, how many hours will it take him to earn $42? Okay, I think the best strategy for this problem would be to make a chart, make a table. So we're going to have, let's do hours on top and money on the bottom. So I'm going to put a D for dollars on the bottom. All right. And again, you have scratch paper, so you can make this bigger. And in fact, I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to make it bigger because I'm going to erase and give myself a nice big table so I can see everything clearly. So this is going to be hours, and this is going to be money. Okay, so for 5 hours, he got paid $35. So if he works another 5 hours, he'll get another $35. That's going to be 70. Oh, okay, but we want to get to 42. So maybe the table wasn't my best strategy for this particular problem. And that's okay, and I know, but the importance is knowing why this isn't a good strategy. Okay, it's not a good strategy because look, I don't land on 42 when I do it this way. So if I continue on, I'm just going to get more and more money. I'm never going to land on 42. So hey, that's okay. You have time to figure these things out. If we would have landed right on 42, table would have worked great. But I realized very quickly, okay, maybe I don't want my table. Don't erase your work though. Okay, I only erase because I run out of space if I don't. You should be running out of space. You should be using multiple pieces of scratch paper when you take these tests. Okay, to double check, even if you think, okay, I can do this in my head, double check. All right, so what we need is, and again, it doesn't matter what I put on top, hours or dollars, as long as I'm consistent, meaning I do it for both ratios. So let's go ahead and do hours on top and money on the bottom again. And then I want to find the equivalent amount for 42. Okay, but I don't know how many hours. So there's nothing I can do to 35 unless I use a decimal or a fraction to multiply 35 by anything to get 42. Okay, and again, unless I use a decimal or a fraction. So what I need to do is first change this to a unit rate. Okay, now this is kind of like that other problem, and it's my fault that it's like the other problem, but I actually want to get the unit on top because I have the smaller numbers on the top, so that's going to be easier. But again, it's still a unit rate because I'm deciding how much money per 1 hour. Per 1 hour, and remember, per is that clue that it's some kind of unit rate. So I just so happen to have one on top, but that doesn't really matter. I'm still finding how much per 1 hour. Okay. So I divide this 5 divided by 5 will give me that 1, and 35 divided by 5 will give me 7. So every 1 hour he's making $7. Okay, so now that I know that, I can take this unit rate and compare it to the fraction or ratio where I am missing a number. What do I have to multiply 7 by to get 42? I have to multiply it by 6, so now I know I multiply the top by 6. So that, again, we had hours on the top, so 6 hours. All right, I'm going to erase, you don't need to. Again, if you have any questions, raise your hand. Okay, number 14, you're doing the same thing you did on 13, okay? There's nothing we can do to 42. We can't divide it by anything to get 9 unless we use a fraction or a decimal, which that can get messy. So what we want to do first is just take this fraction or ratio and change it to a unit rate. Now, the smaller numbers on bottom, that's why I'm using the unit rate on bottom, and this is traditionally or normally how it's done. Okay, so I divide by 14 to get 1, and I divide 42 by 14 to get my numerator. Now notice I haven't done anything with this yet. All I'm doing is getting this to a unit rate. Okay, 14 into 42, I have to work that one out. Well, I know it can't be 4 times, I think it's going to be 3. Let's just double check. Yeah, so 3. Again, never erase your work. I just erase because if I don't, I'll run out of room. So 42 divided by 14, that's going to give us 3 over 1. Now I can compare this to this second part. Okay, so what can I do to 9 to get it to 3? I have to divide by 3. 9 divided by 3 is 3. And then this number divided by 3 is going to be 1. So what divided by 3 is 1? Or we can work it the other way. 1 times 3 is 3. 3 is my missing number. Okay, let's go on to 15. Again, know the strategy, because on the test you're going to get different numbers. But you need to know, okay, if there's nothing I can do to get 42 to 9, then what I need to do is take that and change it to a unit rate first. Then I can find the missing number. It's the same thing we did on 13. We can't do 5 to 35 equals blank over 42. There's nothing we could have done here, so we had to change this to a unit rate first. Okay. All right, 15. Jenna saves $3 for every $13 she earns. Vanessa saves $6 for every $16 she earns. Is Jenna's ratio of money saved to money earned equivalent to Vanessa's ratio of money saved to money earned? So are they equivalent? Well, money saved, $3, this is for Jenna, to every 13. And they want to know, is that equal to $6 saved for every 16? Well, this is actually a perfect problem for a table. So we'll have money saved to money earned. And if we start with Jenna's 3 to 13, well, if Jenna saves another $3, that would be $6 saved. And she would earn another $13, so that would be 26. So we see we have the same numerator, 6, but our denominators are different. So what does that tell me? That tells me they are not equivalent, because she has 6 to 16, and when Jenna gets 6, she's earned $26, and 6/16 is not equal to 6/26. All right, I'm going to do a little bit of erasing. Again, you never erase. 16, the Hendersons are on the way to a national park. They are traveling at a rate of 40 miles per hour. So that tells you it's a unit rate. 40 miles per 1 hour. And we see that in the chart, miles, hours. Sorry about that. Use the ordered pairs to graph the distance traveled over time. Well, it tells us the x-axis is time. So time is our x values, and distance in miles, that's our y. So these are our y values. So when I go to 1 on the x, I need to go to 40 on the y. So I go to 1 on the x, 40 on the y. There's going to be a point there. Go to 2 on the x. I need to go to 80 on the y. It's going to be right there. I go to 3 on the x, I need to go to 120 on the y, so 3 on the x, 120 on the y, it's going to be right there. 4 on the x, I need to go to 160 on the y, it's going to be right there. Go to 5 on the x, and I go to 200 on the y, that's right here. And boom, I got all my points graphed. All right, thanks again for watching. I'll see you on the next